Hi, Jana. It's great to be with you. Thank you.
Congratulations on the show. Just a few days
Thank
in your
you.
future. I know you've been working on it, obviously, beforehand, but I wanted to ask you a little bit about the past and specifically the history you'll make. Your mentor, Andrea Mitchell, so beautifully wrote in the Washington Post, making note that this will be another milestone for women in journalism when you take the stage on Sunday. How does that feel?
Jana, it is so deeply humbling. It is exciting. I'm honored. I'm ready. I stand on the shoulders of Andrea, of all of the pathfinders who have come before me, Gwen Ifill, Leslie Stahl, the list goes on. And I was so touched by what Andrea wrote in the Washington Post. She has been a mentor to me from the moment that I got to Washington. And of course, Meet the Press was started by a woman, Martha Roundtree, 75 years ago, and I stand on her shoulders too. I've spent a lot of time thinking about her courage, her strength, her foresight this summer, and so I want to make sure that I am staying true to the core principles. Her core vision of the show was to make sure that we're bringing new information every Sunday to our viewers and to make sure that we're holding our elected officials to account for their words and to their actions. And so I'm going to be keeping her core principles front and center every Sunday, including this Sunday when we get going.
You know, I can't imagine the reaction from Martha Roundtree starting the program in 1947. I mean, what that must have been like as a woman in 1947 to now know that it will be hosted by a woman, and not just any woman, a Black woman, the first in history.
Well, it takes my breath away just to hear you talk about it in that context. And that's why I've spent so much of my summer thinking about Martha Roundtree, reading about her, and making sure that I'm staying true to her principles, her vision for this show. And I want to make sure that we are hearing from a diverse set of voices across our political spectrum, across Washington, D.C., the campaign trail, and beyond. I think it's important to hear from community leaders as well, to make sure that we are hearing from those voices who are impacting our political discourse, not necessarily just the elected officials, but all of the people who are impacting what we talk about, what we care about. And I think that's more important than ever as we enter this 2024 election cycle.
I think that could be really interesting to take it in that direction, because as you know, politics is personal and personal is politics. And so if people are a part of the show too, that would be a bit of a welcome change. It may get more people to tune in.
Well, and I'm going to be approaching this as a reporter, so I'm going to be out on the campaign trail talking to voters, of course talking to the candidates as well, but making sure I'm keeping my finger on the pulse of what people care about. And Jana, just making sure that I'm asking questions on behalf of them. What are they talking about around their dinner tables? What are the pressing questions that they have, that they feel they need answers to for themselves and for their families? And I'm really going to try to approach that and keep that in mind as I head into every Sunday.
Well, we would look forward to it here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul market. We wish you the best of luck, but you're not going to need it. Congrats.
Thanks, Jana.